Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a spotlight on The Golf Club. This is a game that's been developed by HB Studios, going to be released officially out of early access on August 19th, and it's going to be released on Xbox Live for the Xbox One on the same day. The PS4 release is going to come later on down the road. This is a golf game. If anyone was ever wondering what the Golf Club was and couldn't figure it out by the name, it is a golf game. As you can see in the lower right corner, this is the early access version 1.0 build. This is kind of a pre-release because I'm doing this before it's officially released. It was released on early access on Steam. It's gotten a lot of great reviews, a lot of great feedback. And they are finally bringing it out of early access and bringing it to consoles as well. And you can kind of tell, just looking at the menu, that it was kind of made for console. It really was. So if we take a quick boo at the settings, there's an audio. You know, you've got your audio, which is always nice. Your display settings, which include a whole lot of really nothing. Nothing spectacular. Gameplay settings, which are kind of cool if you know what they mean. I'm not a golf aficionado. And then you've got your controls. You can do mouse and keyboard and gamepad. Honestly, I suggest greatly to use a gamepad. Using a mouse and keyboard is kind of an effort and frustration when playing it. There's no feedback to it. I'll explain when we get in here. So let's take a look here. Oh, and that said, with the settings, there is a pre-launcher that allows you to set basic graphic settings and resolution. So there is that. It is a very social game, so it does have multiplayer. You can have messages, you can view your stats, you can exit the game. Always nice to see those, but you know, it's nothing to do with anything. You can create a competition where you create a competition with the courses and have other people playing it. You can play it as well. And you compare yourself in the competition. It's really quite cool. You've also got the Greg Norman course designer. This used to just be the course designer, but it has been endorsed by Greg Norman. People who know golf probably know Greg Norman. I don't, so it really means nothing to me. But the course designer's kind of cool. You can go in here, and there's my bacon course. Let's delete that. So let's head into the course designer. We're just going to briefly show what you can do with this. I have not played around with the course designer very much. Essentially what it is it's a procedurally generated course. So you select your theme, so desert, autumn, alpine, rural. We're going to hit up a desert, because deserts are great. It's just pure sand trap. So you can do a whole bunch of trees. So we got max trees, which really is nothing, because we're in a goddamn desert. You know, you can choose your water. So you can actually increase the water here to medium. And let's see what that does. That didn't do anything really visible. As you can see, it renders it in real time in the background. And hills, I'll leave. And you can do random, which just randomizes everything. So, sure, we'll do lots of water, which is just absurd. Lots of hills and lots of trees. Sure, why not? So there's our course right there. And we can choose how many holes we want. Let's keep it at 18. And you can do the course difficulty. Let's crank this all the way up to max, because, you know, we're boss. Not really, no. Course name, I'll just leave it at new course name. I don't feel like typing anything. So here we are. It is now lining up everything. And there we go. We now have our wonderful course. And we can kind of pan around, as you can see. We're just kind of circling around it. Whoop. And getting right up close, right on the ground. Right on ground floor. So it's kind of cool. Like, it keeps everything all nice and lined up. The courses kind of flow together. 5, 6, 7, and 8 just kind of zigzag back and forth. It's really kind of cool. Like it almost looks like this was created by someone. I don't know much about golf course design, but this looks proper to me. So you can then edit the holes, you can edit the layout, the terrain, the appearance. You can change every aspect of it. Or you can keep it exactly the way it is. 10 is... wow. I just noticed that 10 is going to be near impossible. You basically have to hit that all the way to the green in one shot. Oh, wow. 18 is another one that's kind of interesting. Yeah, those are... see, those are ones that I would probably want to change. So if we do terrain, let's do a little bit... oh, too much dry. Want a little bit of wet. There we go. There we go. Just a little bit of water in the desert, you know. You can sculpt the land, you can randomize everything. It's got a lot that you can do. Okay, I don't know what I'm in right now. Oh, I'm in set par. Reorder hole, move. A lot of things you can do here. A whole lot of things that you can do. But it's really cool. And you can play it right from here without saving it or anything. You can just play the course and be done with it. Now, I'm just going to save and exit. Because, honestly, I'm not even going to save it. I'm just going to exit. Because I don't really care about that course. I didn't do anything to it. That was just to show you guys. So now you can play a game, and then you've got your continue game. So I'm going to play here. I'm just going to play a round. You can play a tour or a tournament, and you can also do some multiplayer. So you can add a player, and you can remove a player. And you can customize your player. Currently, as far as I know, let's cycle through here, see if something has changed. Yeah. Currently, there are no female avatars. That's pretty much it. You just have the males. They have announced that they're going to have females on release, but you can customize your character a little bit. Actually... that blue shirt is matching what I'm wearing. Yeah, blue shirt. So there we go. We'll be a blue shirt here. And then you've also got different types of play. So you've got stroke play, which is your standard method. You've got match play, which requires 2 golfers. I don't only have 1 golfer. 4-ball, which requires 4 golfers. So it's just different team plays. If you're playing solo, if you don't have anyone else to play with, such as myself, you're going to be pretty much playing stroke play. You can do... it does have online multiplayer. It's got local multiplayer, as you can kind of see here. You can do a hot seat type deal. The online... apparently there's 2 methods. I haven't tried it out myself. Like I said, I don't have anyone else to play with. It has... well, it's got your typical golf type where one player goes, then the other player goes. And then you've got kind of a simultaneous play where you're all playing at the same time on your own courses and you see kind of ghosts of each other. I don't know how well that works because I haven't tried it, but it sounds kind of cool and kind of hectic, actually. So let's hop in here. So here we go. We can select a course. So we've got an official. This has been created by a user. Official user. So tons of courses already been created. So if we hit more, you can see all the official ones. Oh, went too far. So that's how many official ones there are. And then you've got these guys here, which are not official. These are all just user created or something. And there's plenty more to come. Like, as people create them, save them, and publish them, you'll be able to download them and get them. You can also rate the courses. So this one's 6.7, this one's 7.3, 7.4. Let's do biggins here. Let's do the 7.4. See how this goes. And so what do we got? And it shows you the scores from other people, the people that have played it, the top scores, how many yards, holes, the green speeds, which I don't quite understand. So I don't understand a lot of golf stuff. So there are no friends currently playing this course, and you can select a rival. I'm just going to tee off, and for fair warning,
hello there, my name is John, and I'd like to welcome you to the golf club.
Awesome.
See
Hi,
what
John.
This course has in store for us.
John is amazing. I've said this before. I did an early access video on this, and I've said it before. John is amazing. John is the greatest reason to get this game. He really is. So let's end that flyover. So here we are, and we can see the ghost balls of the 3 top. Those are the 3 top balls, and see how well they did. So they all went around 160. That's how far away they are. So here's the deal on how this works. With a controller, you look left and right with your left thumbstick, and he shifts to aim himself. If you go up and down, he doesn't really do anything. Supposedly that's supposed to change the trajectory on the ball or something. I'm not entirely sure. You've got the left trigger, which is the shot modification, which is where you can adjust where you're going to hit. And it tells you what percentage is going to change, like how much is going to change. So I'm just going to keep it kind of even, kind of like that. I'm kind of moved all over the place. So, and then you've got your camera modes. So your scout camera here, this is kind of cool. This allows you to navigate around the terrain. Now, it has this weird-ass rotation to it. It doesn't seem as bad as it used to be, but, like, just going straight, it kind of has this strange desire to rotate and, like, shift. I don't know why. But, yeah, it's a lot better than it was, but it still feels quite awkward. Like, it's just pivoting. Like, I am just using the left stick here. I don't know. And I don't think I'm even close to my... Yeah, I'm not anywhere close to my hole. So we're on a different hole now. This is another big thing, is it loads the entire course. So, you know, we're kind of going really slow over here, but, you know, you've got the whole course loaded. That kind of negates any loading time that is needed. And then you've got the whole overview, which gives you your different yard lines. Just an over-the-top thing. Now, the most important part of this is hitting the damn ball. With most of the golf games that I've played, you have to hold down the A button until a little stupid power meter goes up to the stupid little sweet spot, and then you have to let go and hope to hell that you got it in the right spot. With this, it's a little different. You're actually swinging the club. Like, I'm using the right stick on the mouse, and depending on how far back you pull it, depends on how far he pulls it back. You know, I'm going to pull it all the way forward. Currently, there's a little bit of a visual issue. Like, if I bring it here, and then I pull it all the way back, he just kind of derps up and forgets about it. And if you hold it back too long, he will go back to the neutral position. If you want to bring him back anyway, just bring it back to neutral. To swing, and this is where your power comes in, partially from the back, but also from the forward. You push all the way up, and you get 100%. If you push half the way up, you get 50%-ish. It's not exactly that, but for the sake of argument, it'll be that.
Okay, we're looking at around 170 yards here.
So that is pretty cool. Wind takes into account, and you can see where my ball kind of, like, on the little circle thing on the right, I'm pointing to it on the screen, not that you can see it.
All right, you're on with a fair amount of green to cover for your
where
next putt.
It kind of wobbled. You could have, if you back up, you could see it wobble. And that was because when I pushed up, I actually pushed the stick a little bit to the left, which is what hits your, that's where you're, I want to call it chipping, but it's slicing the ball. I was looking up golf terms. That's slicing the ball. So there's our putt camera. So we can look around here and see how we're doing. Let's zoom up. So these lines, as you can see, they're going in it. They've got little white things that are going in certain directions. That's telling you the grade of the ground. So right now, it's looking like it's pretty much going to the right and back towards me. So I want to compensate for that a little bit. Maybe not that much. And how far away? We're 6 yards. So let's see if we can get it in. Ah. But I did it straight.
Just want to save par.
And
oh man,
and
gotta hate missing the par. So close.
And that's where John comes in. John is amazing.
Alrighty,
he will say "oh" before you can get to it. It is very situational.
Starting out with a bogey here.
Yeah,
hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Oh, it's a sign of things to come.
Don't
get me wrong, John.
You know, it's a bit windy out there, so keep that in mind as you go on to the tee.
All of his commentary is very situational. So it's a bit windy out there. So what do we got? 7. It's really not that spectacular. So
definitely wasn't solid
hit
contact.
That. Yeah, as you can see, I kind of sliced it a bit, and I am in the mountain. And apparently, John has no comment for that. All right. So let's kind of move us over that way. Whack that. And excellent. So if I can hit this putt,
9-footer here. Let's see what we can do.
I will be golden. So it's heavily going to the right. Heavily. So let's try this. Too much power. No!
Nice little putt on
Boosha.
that one. Well done. Okay, so that'll keep you at
now,
1 over for the
as
round.
I said.
And what is this? Hole number 3.
See, he even has that hole number 3. It's such awesome commentary. I really enjoy it. He's made me laugh so many times. But as I was saying, using a controller with this is really quite good. I thoroughly enjoy it. Using a keyboard and mouse is frustrating as hell. primarily because there is no feedback. With the controller, you know its limits. You know, it has, you know, what, a centimeter up and a centimeter down. You know, you know exactly how far it is because it stops. There's a physical stopping point. Let's get the mouse on here. He's not going to do anything, but with the mouse, how you would do it is you would click and you drag down, and depending on how far you drag down, depends on his backswing. And then going up is his foreswing. What it needs, in my opinion, it needs kind of like a rubber band type deal, where as you're pulling it down, like you see your origin point, and it only goes down so far, just so you can see the difference. Because right now, if you pull it down, you don't know how far your range is. Like, is your range this? I guarantee it's not, because if I go in the center and I pull down to here, he doesn't move. I have to pull it to here before he moves. You know, that's just approximate, but there's a dead zone with the mouse. And it lacks a lot of feedback. And that's what's needed with the mouse and keyboard. Movement with the mouse is essentially the same as movement with the controller, which I have chewed out games before for that. With a mouse, I can do fine controls really quickly. And I don't need to be babysat with this slow, methodical, and the farther away I go from it, the faster it goes movement. It's dumb. That kind of control scheme is dumb. But at least they've got the controller working properly. It does function quite well, and it's designed to give you the feedback that you want. You can visually see on the controller. You can feel on the controller. And that's kind of where the balancing was.
You were about 150 yards from the pin, I'd say.
And he's not mechanical. This is the big thing with John. He's not mechanical. He said about 150 yards. We're 148 yards from the pin. So I'm going to switch to an iron because I am badass. Look, Stonehenge. And made it a little farther than I wanted to. I ended up
green.
Slicing it to the right.
33 feet to the hole here.
Instead of not doing the power. Alright, what do we got? So it's going pretty heavy down and to the right. I was very, very confused by this pattern. Because the last golf game I played, what did it use? I think it just had like an image on the screen with an arrow that pointed at slope. So this was quite confusing. I did not hit that hard enough at all. Wow.
Okay, we're about 17 feet out here.
Just wow. All right, let's give that a good thwop. Thwop. There we go.
Putt.
Nice. So I'm 1 over par.
Sitting at 2 over for the round.
Yeah. That's actually not bad. That's not bad for me.
Coming off a bit of a bogey on that last hole. Let's see if we can do better here.
This is a very weird course, I have to say. It's a nice little course, but it's very weird. Alright, that's enough with the flyover. It's not that bad. Alright, I am sure I can go there. So we're 400. Let's do the driver. The wind is blowing that way. Let's see if I can make it. And go. 100% power.
Could be in the rough here.
Nice. Just don't go in the bunker. You went in the fucking bunker. Damn you!
I hate getting in these fairway bunkers. Do what you can. Hopefully you can get some distance onto this.
Yeah. You know what I need to do? I need to go golfing and bring my camcorder and see. Just. I am horrible at golf. If I can hit the ball,
Oh, it's not too bad.
I am
Fairway. That's good
lucky.
stuff.
I am very, very lucky. And those bastards are on the green already. Cheaters, you know. They're totally cheating by actually not sucking. And
This one's looking dialed in.
yeah, okay. If I didn't
Okay, here we
slice
go. This
it,
one to
I
save
would have been
par.
good. And of course, my controller's a little bit off. If my controller, like you can see there that it's moving, I'm not touching my controls. That's my controller. My controller's had better days. So what do we got? Oh, we are almost like dead straight. So we just need a little bit more power. And
Oh,
that sucked.
Really thought you'd end up with a par on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see how the numbers add up.
So did I. And if I'd moved slightly to the
3
right,
over for the
I would have been
round.
good. All right. Anyway, so that is the golf club in its essence. The essence of the golf club. This is an interesting
Alright,
course.
Let's let her
Check
rip.
it out. Available on Steam, available on Xbox One, soon to be available on PS4. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, or add me to your Google Plus circles. I also have a Patreon campaign going on. Feel free to support me on there if you so desire.